ice on the floor is... Iris. Tessa. Iris is on the platform. Ice on... This is for Date!
Agent Date, you've got 5 minutes.
A plate of cold has frost... What?
This is Ota's world, and your role in this dream is to assist Outa in his fight against the polar bear.
Lousy Outa. Thanks to him, my image as a cool intellectual has been destroyed. All systems green. Synchronization rate, 6%. Now, cargo handling car. Forklift. Sortie!
What happened?
It has reversed in time.
I don't think this ending is acceptable. We're forgetting something.
Right. I had a feeling.
Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
A plate attached to the ship. The cold has frosted over. A plate attached to the cold has frosted. I'm sure. A plate. I rubbed the frost off, but a plate. A plate attached to the shell. The cold has frost. What is this?
We're out of options! Tessa! If this was another, I would have died already. Next time, he will get me. That's just destiny. defy destiny and win!
So he says.
I'm the one who has to help him.
We have to make hero of justice Outa fight back and look cool doing it.
You have 3 minutes, Date.
A wooden...
Push it over to Outa.
It doesn't move.
What's in it?
A small wooden box? A wooden box.
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry!
Even with my spinning Iba kick, I couldn't do it. The amazing Iba kick doesn't do it either. My tornado Iba skywing kick is not working.
How about something other than a kick?
A fork. All systems green.
Hey, forklift! Fork over that weapon now! I can't stand. I'm weak.
Did he really help Iris like that?
We have no choice but to have Outa do it. We need him to stand up. Outa is still dead. Don't be scared. Stand up. Don't beg for it. Earn it.
The ghost inside me whispered. That's right. I can't be scared now. Now, count up your sins. There.
Sorry that I had to get rough with you, kid.
Seriously, dude? Come on.
So sorry, Outa. Date told me to be the bad cop.
I did not.
Temper, temper.
Whatever. Anyway, Outa, I have some things I want to ask you. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Let me get right down to it. Your mother, Mayumi Matsushita, was at the warehouse, wasn't she?
What are you talking about?
Was she there?
Why would she be? That happened at 3 a.m. She was at home asleep.
Then why did we find evidence at the crime scene?
Evidence?
Sure, it might not prove she was there, but it makes it likely. The evidence is...
Todoroki Man chocolate. This Mayumi Matsushita's fingerprints were found on the... Mayumi purchased the chocolate yesterday. The purchase was made at an 812 convenience. The store was located approximately 100 yards.
The Todoroki man chocolate.
The same one I showed you at the hospital. I found it in the corner of the cold storage warehouse.
So? That doesn't prove anything.
Mayumi's fingerprints were on the package.
What?
You have a bad poker face, Outa. Your reaction tells me Mayumi didn't give this to you and you dropped it on your own.
That information is confirmed. Ota's fingerprints were not found on the package.
Mom isn't the killer!
I didn't say that she was. I'm saying that she was at the scene. And so were you.
Wait a minute. Why do you think Mayumi isn't the killer, Outa?
Because I was face to face with that polar bear when we fought. I could tell it wasn't my mom, even through the costume. And no matter what happened, there's no way that my mom would stab me.
Why are you covering for her?
Covering?
That's why you're lying to me, right?
I'm not.
Are you sure about that? You must have seen direct evidence of Mayumi being at the warehouse. But you're hiding that from us. Or maybe even you're starting to suspect her.
I am not.
Sure.
What are you accusing me of anyway? What do you think I'm hiding?
The kitchen knife, with a floral pattern. Mom, I love you always, is carved on the handle.
Outa gave me that knife for Mother's Day when he was in elementary school. He knows how much I love flowery design.
You were stabbed by that very same knife.
How do you know that? The criminal ran away with the knife. No one was supposed to see it.
I knew it.
No, my mom didn't do it.
Then why did you not mention the kitchen knife earlier?
Because I know how it looks. I thought Mom would get accused. And then she would have been brought in here and interrogated. I didn't want to put her through that. And Mom never liked Tessa. So maybe, just maybe, Mom hired someone to kill Tessa. And she gave them that kitchen knife. I don't know. I thought of it that way. Like that would ever happen. I know it sounds crazy, but after I saw that knife, I just lost it. Please, you have to believe me. Mom isn't a serial killer.
Yeah, I agree.
You do?
I do. I don't think it's possible for Mayumi to have kidnapped Iris. Because... The Matsushida's van was stolen from the parking lot of the Famista while Iris was in the car. That was yesterday, 10:32. 1 minute later at the 812, which was about 100 yards away, Mayumi bought the Todoroki man chocolate. She entered the 812 about a minute earlier. This was all caught on security cameras at the store. That means it's impossible that Mayumi could have taken the van. And that means that Mayumi being the polar bear is also next to impossible.
Phew.
However, I can't completely clear her.
What?
You said it yourself. She could have hired someone to commit the crime.
But that was...
In any case, I need to hear from Mayumi herself. I need to hear her explain the chocolate, the knife. There's a lot to cover. I'm gonna head to Matsushita Diner.
What? Hey, wait a minute!
Don't worry. I'm not going there to arrest her. I'm going there to clear her of suspicion.
Really?
Yes.
You won't arrest her?
Your mother wouldn't kill anyone. Right, Outa?
Thank you, Date.
Sorry for the late night, Miss Matsushita, but I have some questions I need to ask you. Could you spare some time?
I finally remembered about the warehouse. I did it. I did everything.
I didn't do this last night because I wanted to give you a chance to calm down. How are you, now that you've slept on it?
What are you talking about?
I'll be honest, I don't think you're the killer. You're giving us a false confession.
No, it's true. I kidnapped that witch. I took her to the warehouse and...
Put her on the table and pulled her eyeball out?
Yes,
And the polar bear costume?
I bought it through mail order.
And you were the one wearing it?
Yes, that's right.
Date, the criminal has confessed. Arrest her immediately.
You got to the top of Abyss acting like that?
I heard that she used to be an actress.
Sounds about right.
My son is under that witch's spell. Merchandise, concerts. She's bleeding him dry. I wanted to snap him out of it. I wanted to save him. Because I just hated her so killing her wasn't enough. Because the world needs to see that witch die.
Just a quick question, Mayumi. Do you know anything about online streaming?
I'm not stupid. I might be old, but...
Could you explain it to me?
Huh?
Step by step. Just tell me what you did.
I can't explain it in words. It's more like muscle memory. I was able to get it working after trying a few times, that's all. Well...
You were in the polar bear costume, right? That means you stabbed him.
Yes! I stabbed him with the knife I brought from home. I wasn't trying to hurt him. He fought me, and then it just... I picked them out of the garbage.
Which garbage?
I don't remember. It's true. I planned the whole thing.
What do you know about the Cyclops killer? We call the criminal we're after the new Cyclops killer.
I know. They killed Shoko Nadami and Renju Okiura.
That's right. Both corpses were found with their left eye pulled out. Same as Iris. This leads us to believe that the crimes were all committed by the same person. So this person in the polar bear costume, they are the new Cyclops killer. And you're telling me that person is you? You killed Shoko and Renju?
Yes, I killed them. I am not lying.
You do know that perjury is a crime, right?
I'm telling you, I'm not lying. I killed Shoko and Renju, and I tried to cut that demon witch in half. Isn't Renju Okiura the president of that awful company where the witch works? He's just as responsible, using her to steal time and money from vulnerable kids. I'm sure he was debaucherous and degenerate. That man is the root of all evil. That's why I killed him. Well, I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't remember? Do you really think that lie is gonna work?
I have a memory disorder. I don't always remember everything. It's not my fault.
But you remember the cold storage warehouse.
There are times I remember and times I don't remember. It changes.
Date, Mayumi is not lying about that in particular. There are circumstances that might cause selective memory. For whatever reason, her memory might not have been stored properly in her mind. This is not uncharacteristic for those suffering from dementia.
Renju's ex-wife, right? I did it to get...
But the two divorced 4 years ago.
That doesn't matter! The bonds of matrimony are eternal!
In your opinion, I don't think Renju felt the same way.
You are really starting to aggravate me. I answered your questions, so there!
Date, there's no point in letting this go on. She's clearly lying.
You seemed convinced earlier.
I was kidding. I don't think she's the killer.
I am the killer! I am!
Right now, we have to rely on hard evidence. The Odoroki Man chocolate that Mayumi bought was found at the warehouse.
If Mayumi was at the scene before Outa...
She may have seen the criminal's face.
You know what I'm going to say, right? Date, sync with her. Computer, we're going to sync with Mayumi Matsushita. Prepare the machine.
What happened?
The sync machine isn't operating to capacity. Yesterday's sync, well, suffice to say, Outa and Date were not too compatible.
Compatible?
I'll give you the big picture. To get the synchronization working properly, I had to push the machine pretty hard. And now, it's not responding.
How long will it take to fix?
16 hours, at least.
You've got 8.
But that's impossible.
So we can't sync yet, huh?
But we need to, or this investigation is going nowhere.
Date, I suggest we go to Matsushita Diner. We may be able to find some clues.
Good idea.
Computer, we're counting on you for those repairs. I'll be back in 6 hours.
But you said 8. Please, you have to give me at least 8.
That pewter, always so humble. He'll have it done in 6.
Yeah, Computer is just that kind of guy, you know?
Hey! This is a hostile work environment!
Why would Mayumi lie?
She is probably protecting someone.
But who?
Surely you know by now. There is only one person Mayumi would want to protect that badly.
It's Outa.
It has to be.
Does Mayumi think Outa is the killer?
Last night, Outa left Matsushita Diner with Iris. Mayumi saw the whole thing.
But Outa was stabbed in the stomach by the culprit. Does Mayumi not remember that?
No, that isn't quite it. It is possible that she thinks Outa is responsible for everything.
She thinks Outa stabbed himself?
Yes.
Why would he do that?
Before I explain, I would like to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the possibility that Outa is the new Cyclops killer?
Impossible.
Why?
Iris had her left eye pulled out. Outa would never do that.
Have you considered that she pulled it out herself?
What?
Or even asked Outa to do it? Perhaps she ordered him to.
In yesterday's Somnium, Outa and the polar bear.
That was just a dream. It doesn't necessarily reflect what happened in reality.
The van was stolen while Iris was in the passenger seat. We know that whoever did it is the culprit we're looking for.
There is a chance that Iris was not in the passenger seat. She could have been driving.
How so?
Iris could have taken the wheel herself and driven to the warehouse.
But forensics only found Ota's fingerprints on the wheel.
That can be explained. It is possible that Iris covered her fingertips with her sleeves. In short, Outa and Iris are accomplices. This was all a performance.
A performance?
Iris drove the Matsushida's van. Outa drove the station wagon. They went to the warehouse separately. Then, they prepared the live stream. Iris anesthetized her left eye and removed it. Either that, or she asked Outa to extract it. After that, Iris took her position on the table, and Outa donned the polar bear costume and started the saw. Consider this. In the stream, Outa and the polar bear were never on screen at the same time.
True. That means Outa went off camera, took off the costume, and then...
Stay away from Tessa!
Perhaps Mayumi witnessed the entire event. It is also possible that Mayumi knew what the two were up to.
So she lied to protect Outa.
Yes, but this is only a theory. Consider the possibility that Iris killed Shoko and Renju.
Then, this whole thing was to get her off the suspects list. That's why she pulled out her eye and had Outa stab himself. It makes it look like there's another criminal involved.
I will repeat myself in saying that this is only a theory. It is one of many possibilities.
It's possible, but I don't think it's very likely. They wouldn't go that far just to avoid suspicion.
Date, you must consider the mental state of the serial killer. Shoko and Renju were both exposed and displayed. And they both had their left eye removed while they were still alive. Whoever our killer is, it is clear that they are sociopathic or even psychotic.
We can't rule anything out. Outa? Why are you...
Why did you arrest Mom? You said you were gonna clear her! Why? Of course I am! That's my mom! What son wouldn't be worried about his mom? So worried that my stomach is in knots. The surgery was successful, but they told me she isn't out of the ICU yet. When I was in the hospital, the police came to me. They told me that my mom confessed. I couldn't believe it, so I went to the police station. But because she was under investigation, they wouldn't let me see her. After that, I didn't feel like going back to the hospital. That's why I'm here.
You asked me why your mom was arrested earlier, but she isn't under arrest.
What?
I spoke with her as part of my investigation, yes. but as a source of valuable information, not as a suspect. Mayumi confessed, but it's highly likely that she's lying. So we haven't issued a warrant for her arrest.
That's what I've been saying! Mom didn't do it, she's innocent!
Word is going around. Maybe Iris was the one who killed Shoko and Renju. And you and her planned this warehouse incident to get her off our suspects list.
No way! Tessa had her eye.
She could have pulled it out herself, or asked you to do it.
You're kidding me, right? Do you really think I would do that? I was fighting for my life against the criminal!
That wasn't caught on camera, though. Neither was the part where you got stabbed.
You're saying that I stabbed myself?
It wouldn't be the first time you faked something, would it, Outa?
I'm telling you, I didn't!
Then why is Mayumi protecting you?
Mom is protecting me?
Your mother is stubborn. She's lying to us because she's protecting someone. The only person I can think of would be you.
Why?
Apparently she thinks that you're the criminal.
Why would she think that?
Your guess is as good as mine. Got any ideas?
Maybe because of her condition. Mom has dementia. Maybe her memory is just mixed up. Everything is my fault. It's because of me that Mom is... I know how it looks now, but back in the day, the diner was doing pretty good. You know Bloom Park is close by here, right? People who visited the park would stop here a lot. But ever since the explosion 8 years ago...
The chemical plant accident?
Yeah. We're just barely outside of the restricted area. Because Bloom Park closed, the number of customers dropped by a lot. The diner didn't last much longer. When this place closed, Dad started working at a Chinese restaurant chain during the day, and he was a security guard and traffic cop at night. Mom worked as a janitor, and we're both working hard and barely got any sleep.
And you?
I was just a high school student at the time. I was such a dumbass. I thought it was totally normal to have both parents working, so I didn't even get a part-time job. And they bought me a PC and idol concert tickets. I had it good, but we were drowning in debt. And there's a loan on the house and the diner. Mom and Dad didn't let this place go. There are too many memories here to give it up, so they slaved day and night to keep it open. They worked and worked and worked. Thanks to them, I was even able to go to a good university, but right after I started...
Passed away?
Yeah, he had a heart attack. From overwork. But even then, I didn't get it, you know? I didn't appreciate how hard they worked for me. Even when I wasn't taking college seriously and getting bad grades, my mom didn't say a thing. She just smiled and told me that it was okay, even when I told her I was going to drop out. Mom, I'm thinking of dropping out of college.
What? Why do you want to do that?
I decided that I'm going to become a writer.
Wow, a writer? Oh, that's a good goal to have, but you really should finish college. You worked so hard to get in.
You don't understand, Mom. A writer has to put all of their time into their creativity. I won't have time to go to classes. Plus, I'm friends with the editor of a publishing company. I'm definitely going to have my first book published.
Is that right? Well, Outa, if you say so, I won't stop you. Do what makes you happy. You'll turn out just fine. I know you can do it. And no matter what happens, Mom will always be on your side, okay? Forever and ever. I'll always...
Yeah, how do you guess? It was really just a few texts back and forth. But I was thrilled. I thought I could make it as a writer because of that. But it's impossible. I know there's no way I can be a writer. I've never even finished writing a novel. Not even once. I always give up after the first 5,000 words. To even apply for the amateurs contest, you have to submit 10 times that. But Mom, she kept supporting me. Not long after I quit college, Mom was always smiling at me. But I think she was starting to slip mentally. One day.
Oh, what's wrong, Outa? Do you have the day off from school?
Are you being sarcastic?
Oh, right. You don't attend any. Oopsie, I totally forgot.
How can you forget your own son's career choice?
Sorry. Anyway, are you hungry? You haven't eaten anything since this morning, have you?
Are you kidding?
What?
I ate breakfast and lunch already.
Oh, did you? By the way, Outa, what's living at the dorms like?
Why are you making fun of me?
I'm not teasing you, honey.
Don't fuck with me! Mom got sick because I'm such a piece of shit. I was only thinking about myself. I didn't take care. I was so stupid. I didn't realize she was sick. I thought she was messing with me. I was so cruel to her for no reason. And she got worse.
What's that picture?
Looking at this photo reminds me one time when I was a kid, I said something really bad to Mom and Dad. And they scolded me. And it's not like it was an apology or anything. But Dad and I gave her a Mother's Day. My mom was so happy that she... That's what this photo is from. Why did it turn out like this? I'm such a bad son.
Hey, Aiba.
What is it?
I don't like Outa one bit, but I can't imagine that this guy's the criminal.
Why is that?
Hearing his story made me think that he's not such a bad guy.
Your presumption is illogical.
Human beings are illogical. We're not like you AI. We can't be logical all the time. But we make up for it in one very important way.
What is that?
Intuition.
Do you find that useful?
At times. Aiba, let's go back to the cold storage warehouse. We might be missing something.
Understood. Date, weren't you going to check the warehouse?
I was, but a thought occurred to me. Aiba, are you sure that Outa...
As I've already explained, the security cameras at the Famisto parking lot saw the entire...
So it was definitely Outa who drove it.
Why are you stating the...
Aiba, who drove the...
There are two possible... Either Iris or the criminal.
And Mayumi?
Considering the time that she purchased the chocolate, the van was hijacked from the Famisto parking. At that time, Mayumi was in the 812 convenience.
We found the chocolate Mayumi bought on the floor of the cold store. That doesn't prove she was actually... If she was, how did she get here? She wasn't in the van or the...
Of course! A different car. I will search for all vehicles that were in this area from Sunday night to Monday morning. Found one hit. A taxi.
Where's that taxi now?
It is parked in Lemniscate's parking lot.
At Lemniscate? Why?
Unknown. But we should speak with the driver immediately.
Hey, got a minute?
Are you talking to moi?
Moi?
Date, now is not the time to be distracted by this old man's diction.
Mind if I ask you what you're doing here?
Moi? I am but a humble taxicab driver.
There we go.
I'm with the police. I have some questions for you. Sofa King...
Don't.
I was born in Kawago, Saitama.
And why do you talk like that?
I don't know what you mean. I've spoken this way all my life. My parents speak with the same vernacular. I have just finished conveying my client from Tameke Sano's studio. I was informed that the visit here would be brief, and thus I have decided to wait in this lobby.
Did you drive this passenger on Sunday night?
Ooh, I did indeed. I remember her well. The old hag.
Old hag?
I took her on a tour of the streets of Tokyo. Our ultimate destination was the warehouse district in Ariake.
Why didn't you report this to the police?
Reported?
You don't know about the incident at the cold storage warehouse? It was all over the news.
No, I'm afraid not. Newspapers and television news programs have never been much of an interest to moi. I recall it was around 10 in the evening, near the Kawasaki district, an unassuming restaurant named Matsushita Diner. That's where I picked up the old hag. And as soon as she stepped foot in my conveyance, she was already barking orders at me. Follow that van, hurry! I must admit, I found it rather exciting, just like an old chase film. I, of course, insisted that I be paid up front. We pursued the van for roughly half an hour. Suddenly, the van came to a halt at a convenience store.
The Famisto along Koshu, right?
Precisely right. I am surprised you know that. In any case, I knew that the jig would be up if we were seen following the van. So I decided to drive past it. I parked at the 8 store, but 100 yards from there. While waiting for the object of our pursuit to make its next move, the old hag suddenly spoke up. I have to buy something, she declared, then made her way into the 8.
This must be when Mayumi bought the Odoroki Man chocolate.
A few minutes later, the old hag finished making her purchases and walked out. And then, at that very moment, I witnessed the van jet off at great speed down Koshu. I hurried the old hag inside my vehicle, then resumed the chase. We followed them for roughly half an hour more.
I see. If the driver's story is correct, Mayumi did not know that Outa was left behind at the Famisto.
Mayumi thought Outa was in the van the whole time.
We then arrived at a splendid manor. The van entered the premises through the front gate and disappeared from view. We, of course, could not follow, so we waited outside. I estimate another 10 minutes passed. The front gate opened once again, and the van drove out, and we pursued. But 30 minutes later, our pursuit was foiled again.
What happened?
The van drove into the restricted Kawasaki district. The old hag, of course, demanded that I follow. But I was not about to risk my license and livelihood. Instead, I parked on the road and waited for the van to drive back the way it came. But of course, we knew it might not take the same road back. In fact, we were not even sure the van would be coming back at all. But the old hag was not keen on giving up, so we began our stakeout. About 45 minutes later, the date had changed at this point. It was 12:25 a.m. on Monday.
How do you remember the time so well?
Well, you see, I always keep my radio dial on the same station. I remember precisely which programs were playing during this endeavor. Thus, I can approximate the time.
I see. Please continue.
At 12:25 a.m., the old hag's tenacious gamble paid dividends. The van returned down the same street. And thus, we again made pursuit. I kept considerable distance. We had come so far, I did not want to get caught now. But my caution backfired. I lost sight of the van in the Ariake warehouses. Without so much as a thank you, the old hag popped open the door and took off toward the warehouses. I waited for some time, but the old hag did not return. The goose was cooked at this point, so I made the decision to return home. I am glad I had the foresight to ask for payment in advance.
I follow your story. I have one more question. Where is this manor the van stopped at?
Oh, every taxi driver in the city knows that residence. It is the personal home of Congressman So Sejima.
Sejima? Why did the van go to So's house?
We need to speak with him immediately.
Agreed. Let's move. There's no one here.
Indeed.
I don't see So or his bodyguards.
I do not detect them either.
Let's go inside. Hey, Aiba. Do you smell something funny?
You are aware that I do not possess the sense of smell, correct?
Oh, right. There's something strange about this vase. Ugh.
What is it?
This is definitely where the smell is coming from.
Is there something inside?
Maybe, but the opening is covered by a metal plate.
The lid is fixed with a bolt. It will not open easily.
Yeah.
Then, as is standard procedure...
What the?
Date, destroy the vase!
Got it. So Sejima?
That is the head of So Sejima.
Left eye is hollowed out.
This is most likely a crime committed by the new Cyclops killer.
Do you have an estimated time of death?
Today, sometime between 11 a.m.
That's about when I was talking to Outa at Matsushita Diner.
At that time, Mayumi was in police custody and Iris was in the ICU of Central Hospital. They have not moved.
That means Outa, Mayumi, and Iris couldn't possibly have committed the crime. Assuming that this is the work of a single killer, those three can be eliminated from the list of suspects.
Outa, Mayumi, and Iris are not the new Cyclops.
Right. By the way, why is there no one in the mansion? No bodyguards, no housekeepers.
I do not know.
Does So have family?
So Sejima's wife died in labor 30 years ago, giving birth to their son. Their son is currently living abroad.
So lived here alone?
Do you find that suspicious?
No, just...
Date, a call from...
Connect me.
Date, the sync machine is up and running. You can sync with Mayumi now.
Oh, thanks, Pewter. But there are more pressing matters now.
Did something happen?
Yeah, I found So Sejima's body, with the left eye hollowed out.
What?
I'm at the Sejima household. Send the investigation team over.
Why so?
I can answer your questions when I get back to Abyss.
Got it.
Date, what is your plan? Wait until crime scene investigation arrives?
No. There's something I need to do. If that taxi driver was telling the truth, Mayumi was at the warehouse yesterday. And we know the chocolate we found at the scene was hers. Maybe she saw something. Maybe she knows something we don't. Some kind of clue or information about the culprit.
Then...
Yeah. We're gonna sync with Mayumi.
Date, a large-scale investigation of So Sejima has already begun. At this very moment, the media is already swarming outside the building.
Really? Doesn't matter. The sync is what's important. If we sink into Mayumi's brain, that might help us find the real culprit.
I understand. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Then, let's begin.
Where am I?
Where is this? Oh, silly me. This is my house. Huh?
This is Matsushita Diner, though it looks odd. Likely an effective.
Then we need to help remind her.
Do you think such a thing can be done?
This diner means everything to Mayumi. If we do what we did last time and reproduce the actions from May, we could help her remember every—
Is this what you call your
Told you it was useful.
Well, if we must. Somnium scan! A swinging door that leads. The sliding door at the entrance. A wall. The hands have stopped. A calendar. The calendar reads 2 months ago. A swinging Outa, come over here. Outa, Outa, a girly magazine came in the mail. Is this for Outa or for Dad?
Well, this is awkward.
I tried my best.
Let's investigate something else.
The sliding door. We're closed today.
They're not leaving.
I suppose they are not a regular customer. The sliding door.
Agent Date, you've got 5 minutes.
Welcome, come on in.
Why did you say it like that?
Oh, they're not a customer. The sliding. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Outa. You're late today.
Home.
Are you not hungry? Today's dinner is omelet rice. Dad isn't back yet, but you can start eating.
Again? I'm okay. I ate already.
But,
I'm fine.
Outa, wait! Outa?
Part of the diner has manifested.
Maybe this is one of the memories she forgot. It must be important to her, though.
It looks like a sad memory.
It doesn't matter if it's sad. It's still important.
Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
Oh,
It's the phone. Maybe—
Roger. my husband?
Yes, Matsushita Diner. Yes. Well, yes. Yes. What? My husband? Why? How could this happen?
The diner has changed again. However,
These memories aren't all happy, but they are all sad.
if this continues, will it not have a negative effect of...
Maybe. But we have to see. We have to.
Understood. A delicious...
I wonder who it's for.
Congratulations, Outa!
I'm home.
Outa! Congratulations on getting into the university, son! Congratulations!
Hooray! Congrats!
Hooray! Hooray!
Outa was quite the spoiled child, wasn't he?
Definitely had a lot of growing up to do. But that's what makes him so important to Mayumi.
I see. It's an envelope. Some kind of mail. This is a bank statement. The Matsushita family... Let's take a break. I'm tired.
Guess that's not it.
Just 10 more minutes. 6 more minutes, I promise.
I said that's not it.
Well, wake me up when hell freezes over.
I told you that's not it. Get up.
Alone...
You have 3 minutes, Date.
Let's burn it and throw it away. Or should I freeze it?
Let's not throw it away.
A loan statement.
You have less than 2 minutes. Hurry!
Let's forget about it. Date, we have to remind...
True.
A loan statement. Let's do our...
We have to keep supporting Outa.
Okay, we'll work harder.
We reproduced another painful memory.
No, not quite.
Are you certain? Mayumi was under a heavy burden of debt and stress running the...
That's true. But sometimes hardship is...
Is that so?
Less than 1 minute.
It's
Hurry!
a sticker from a...
Welcome home. Did you get it for me?
This is... Outa when he was small.
Man chocolate?
Yeah, Todoroki Man, remember? Oh, that. Yes, of course I bought it. Look, the Momonoke Man chocolate that you like. Here you go. That's not it. Oh, honey, I thought you liked the Momonoke Man chocolate. No, I told you. It's Todoroki Man. Oh, sorry. Your mom can be such a dummy sometimes. You're not just a dummy, you're a super dummy. Oh, well, you're right, sweetie. I'm sorry. I'll buy you a real Momonoke Man. Stupid! It's not Momonoke Man, it's Todoroki Man! I hate this! I hate... What? Wait, Outa! Please, come out. Outa, Mommy won't make any mistakes anymore, Outa! Come back! Outa? Don't leave me! I'm sorry. Takaro! Don't leave me!
So that's what happened.
Date, look at what you've done. If Mayumi wakes up after all this trauma...
I know it's risky, but we're here for...
What are you planning?
We have to keep going. Just a little more to awaken her power.
But...
If she loves her family this much, there has to be something. There has to be a precious memory hidden deep within.
Is that... your intuition?
It is.
A wall clock.
Outa, sweetie! Mom!
We know we can be a hassle sometimes, so... Outa.
Yeah. Thank you, Mom. You know, I love you. Forever and ever. Me too, Outa. I love you both so much. I'll love you both no matter what. Oh, forever and ever. Oh, I'll never forget this. Oh.
Yeah! We are a family. We can do anything.
Yes. Yeah.
Looks like it's okay to go back now.
Yes, I agree. By the way, Date. I admit, it is useful every now and then.
What is?
Your intuition.
Outa, I'm so sorry for worrying you.
What do you mean?
Your mother retracted her confession.
I'm so glad.
Yes, yes.
But Mom, why did you think I—
About that.
Polar bear plucking out. I was so terrified. I panicked. I'm sure that's when I dropped. And I ran away from the warehouse as fast. I just kept running and running. But while I was running, maybe that polar bear was Outa, because at the time, I thought Outa was the one driving. If Outa brought Iris to the warehouse, then Outa must have been the one. That's what I was thinking anyway.
So that's why.
I'm so sorry that Mom doubted you.
No, it's my fault for making you worry.
Outa.
But there's one thing I don't get. Why did you buy that chocolate when you were following me?
Oh.
You liked Todoroki Man chocolate when you were young, right, Outa?
Yeah. I was like the number 1 or 2 collector of the stickers in my elementary. I stuck some of my duplicates all around the diner.
You and Mayumi have strong memories of that chocolate, right?
Yeah, but I guess they're not all sweet memories. They're like chocolate, you know? Bittersweet.
That's not it. Oh, honey, I thought you liked the moment. No, it's Todoroki. Oh, sorry. Your mom can be such. You're not just a dummy. Oh, well, you're right. I'll buy you a real. Stupid. It's not, Momo.
After I yelled at her, Mom immediately went to buy me another chocolate. My dad came back from buying some ingredients at the same time, and they ran into each other. My dad really let me have it.
How dare you speak to your mother like that?
Because Mom is.
You're stupid to call your mother stupid. Your mother bought you that to make you happy. You need to think about how she feels. I didn't raise you like that.
But.
When she comes back, you apologize.
My dad told me to apologize as soon as Mom came back. But the guilt. I hurt my mother, you know? It didn't go away. After that, things got up. But a few days later, my dad came up with an...
Hey, Outa, how about this? You know Mother's Day is coming. Why don't we get a gift for you?
A gift?
That was the first time I had ever heard my dad say something like that.
You know how Mom always takes... We should think of a way to pay her back.
I'm sure my dad was trying to clear the air between all of us. So, on Mother's Day, I used my New Year's money I saved up to buy my mom that, and my dad saved up a little money to buy the floral apron. And when Mom got her gifts, she started...
Oh, I don't deserve all... You do deserve it, Mom. I'm proud that you're my mom. Right, Dad?
Oh, yes. Mom is the best mom.
Thank you. Say cheese!
Sorry, I lost track of time. What were we talking about?
The Todoroki man chocolate. Why she bought the chocolate in the middle of tailing you.
Tailing?
Mom.
It could be due to her memory disorder. It is possible that her thought process was once again short.
Outa, I'm just going out on a limb here.
Huh?
Earlier I looked inside Mayumi's head.
Inside her?
She was thinking of nothing but you. Her head was full of memories of you. Mayumi just wanted you to come back, Outa, so she bought that chocolate. The chocolate you loved as a kid. She thought she could get you back home with it. That's why I believe, in Mayumi's head, you're still young, Outa.
Huh?
I don't know. I could be wrong.
No, you're right, Date. That's why my mom bought the chocolate. She wanted her little kid back. I was always so I made my mom go through such hard times. So from now on, I'm going to support her the way she supported. I'll do anything. I'll deliver newspapers or be a janitor or anything. I'll work as hard as I can to make sure my mom can rest easy.
What about your dream of being an author?
Well, of course I'm not gonna give up on that. But I'll set my sights a little smaller. I'll start by writing a short story.
Let me read it when you're done.
Of course.
Oh, I forgot to tell you something important.
Something important?
I heard the nurses talking before I came in here. Iris is awake.
Really?
Yeah, she's due to be transferred from the ICU to the general ward.
Thank God.
You saved her life, you know. Maybe, just maybe.
Huh? Maybe...
Nothing. See you, kid.
Is Iris your girlfriend?
Yeah, I'll introduce you next time. She's a great girl.
Oh my, I'm looking forward to it. Is she going to be your financier? Oh, maybe I should clean up a bit first.
Financer? Oh, fiancé.
Oh yes, yes, that's it.
Jeez, Mom.
Date, there are still many loose ends in this investigation.
Yeah, you're right. Looks like another all-nighter. Has there been any progress in this Jima investigation?
None. Zero clue.
Not exactly. We have 2 clues.
2?
2 points of information. But they may not connect directly to the murder.
What are the 2 clues?
Point 1. This may be easier to see than explain. I sent a video to the boss's piece. Could you check there, please?
What's this?
It's from Sunday night.
Yes, after Date was beaten by Outa at Matsushita Diner.
Tessa, wait! I'll get the car.
You witch!
There, stop it. I noticed this earlier as well. Do you see the walk on the floor beside Iris and Mayumi?
Yeah, what about it?
Look closely. The bottom part is curved. Do you notice anything in the reflection?
Iris and Mayumi.
Yes. I have prepared an enlarged and processed version of the image. Boss, the next video.
You witch! You stay away from my boy!
Tessa! What's wrong? Did something happen?
No, everything's fine.
Okay, let's go.
Outa.
Hey, what's this?
Iris has the kitchen knife?
The video continues, but this should be enough. Iris took the knife and left the diner with Outa.
But if Ota's testimony is true, the polar bear had the kitchen knife.
Maybe it was taken off of Iris when she was kidnapped.
At the Femisto parking lot? Whatever, we can think about it later. You said you had 2 clues.
Yeah, what's the other one?
I have learned new information. More thorough autopsy results of Renju's body have revealed something. An object in his intestines.
An object?
A clump of organic matter. Because it was partially digested, it took significant time to analyze.
Well, what was it?
Shoko Nadami's eyeball. Have you settled down? The scene is being inspected without you. This time the body didn't disappear. However, you lost consciousness. I didn't expect you to faint. Seeing that corpse must have been incredibly shocking. I did not predict you to be the fainting type. I suppose humans are unpredictable. Now that you're back, let's get back to business. You are conscious, are you not? Are you at a loss for words? Date, don't let negative thoughts consume you. Thinking that Iris died because of me. If I never took her to Ota's, this wouldn't have happened. If you truly believe that, then your brain is completely rotten. Or perhaps when you saw the corpse, your head became filled with images of blooming yellow dandelion.
What?
Oh, you're talking now. Was I correct? If you consider the situation logically, even an elementary school student would understand.
Huh?
Fine. Allow me me to pluck some of those dandelions from your mind. I will ask 3 questions. Please answer honestly. First question. The cold storage warehouse was not in regular operation, but even so, the AC was on, and a minus 58-degree temperature was maintained. Why is that? So the on-off switch was broken, and they couldn't turn it off, but they could have shut off the electricity. I find it hard to imagine they would have left it running for no reason. The bills would have been expensive. Why? For what purpose?
To preserve something.
Yes. Let us move on to the next question. Second question. There was something strange about the corpse. Do you remember what that was? What is unnatural about that?
Isn't it strange? The culprit hid the body because they didn't want it to be found, but then they cover it with a cloth. That implies they thought that someone would eventually find it.
But do you know for a fact that the culprit hid the body? And even if they were responsible, it is not uncommon that murderers feel a sudden urge of remorse or pity for their victim.
So the cloth was a sign of pity?
That is a possibility.
The culprit was afraid that the body would be discovered, so they hid it under the hood. But why there? The ocean is right here. If they really wanted to hide the body, they could have put weights on it and sunk it into the water.
As I stated earlier, the culprit may not have hidden the body. And even if they did,
They showed pity by hiding it in the warehouse rather than dumping it somewhere.
better than the ocean, I would imagine. That is a unique factor, but there was something else, something more.
Iris's body was completely frozen. The temperature read -58. With Iris's weight... Just wondering, but how much do you weigh?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady that?
105 pounds.
I see. 105, huh? It should have taken about 18 hours to freeze solid, but we were...
Wait a moment. Before you draw your conclusion. Question 3. 2 days ago, Sunday night, you found a dead body in the cold storage warehouse. But afterward, you visited the Sagan household and discovered that Iris was in fact still alive. Why?
Because we saved her. We saved her in so Somnium.
Date, think logically. What occurs in dreams does not affect reality. And parallel worlds? That is even less possible. So if that's the case...
You mean...
You've got it.
I don't believe it.
The stomach is swollen slightly. She appears to have been pregnant.
How?
Do not worry. The uterus does not contain a fetus.
You mean after she was killed?
No, the fetus was not present in her body when she was killed. She must have been killed after giving birth. The distended stomach does not immediately shrink after birth. The expanded uterus takes some time to return to its normal size. This evidence makes one thing perfectly obvious.
This corpse isn't Iris. It's someone else.
Which means...
Iris is still alive!
Not necessarily. She could be alive. We haven't confirmed that yet. Multiple stab wounds with a single-edged, sharp object to the victim's back. Judging by the size and shape of the marks, the weapon was most likely a kitchen knife. This matches what you said on Sunday.
So this is the body I saw then. Is there an estimated time of death?
Impossible to determine. This body has been completely frozen for at least 10 years.
10 years? She was killed more than 10 years ago?
Exactly. Her identity is unknown. Her killer is also unknown, but there is one likely suspect.
Who?
Let's consider the clues. The scene. Okiura Fishery Cold. Sunday night, we saw And there is something else about We witnessed someone similar to Iris being stabbed repeatedly
But it wasn't Iris. It was this woman.
That is highly likely.
What we saw was So's memory from more than 10 years ago.
I believe that is the case.
Renju and So.
But we still do not know where Renju is.
That means that we need to talk to
So Sejima.
I thought I told you never to show your face here.
I didn't come here for Shoko today. I didn't come here for Iris either. Instead, I'm here for a girl who looks like Iris. Did you kill her?
Date, look.
I knew it. You killed her, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've had enough of your shit, Congressman! You wanted to check on the body of the girl you killed. That's why you were at the cold storage warehouse 2 days ago. Where is Renju Okiura? You know where he is, don't you? You were at an Okiura fishery warehouse for a reason. There's definitely a connection between you two, and that's not all. Number 89 called your secretary, the same number 89 that Renju escaped with. Now tell me, where is Ren?
We'd like to ask you to please leave.
Damn it, So!
There's nothing we can do. We did arrive without a warrant. We were technically trespassing. If he had called the police, we would be in a predicament. We would have been detained immediately. Who would look after Iris then? Do you intend to leave your responsibility with Mizuki and Outa? Calm down, Date. We still have our lead.
Lead?
Before I explain, we need to discuss the corpse in the cold storage warehouse. Let's give her a name. Because she is frozen solid, we could call her All Ice or Alice. What do you think? Alice and Iris. I believe it fits nicely.
All right, Alice. What about her?
Someone might be able to identify her.
Who?
Allow me to ask you 3 questions.
Again with this?
First question. You have seen this corpse more than twice. 3 times, in fact. When was the first time? That was the second time, when my body was out of commission and you went to the warehouse on your own. I'm not talking about then. I'm talking about the very first time. What are you talking about? You didn't see a dead body last night.
3 days ago. Saturday night when I synced it abyss.
Yes, in the Somnium world, we saw the frozen corpse of a... Question 2. Who is the girl?
Now I know. That girl was probably Alice.
Most likely, yes. So we have technically known Alice for 3 days. One last thing. The final question. In which Somnium did we see Alice? I understand your logic. We did see Alice in So's Somnium. In that sense, your answer is not incorrect. However, I mean specifically Alice's whose brain were we synced to? Last night, you saw Alice's dead body in... No, you didn't. Stop. Adrian!
Rocky!
Adrian!
Rocky!
But seriously, I am talking about the corpse. Do you think you should be joking at a time like this?
My roommate, Mizuki Okiura.
Exactly. You mentioned something about Mizuki's Somnium being some kind of prophecy. But prophecies are nonsense. Dreams are not made of the future. Therefore...
Mizuki has seen Alice before.
There is no other explanation.
Aiba, where is Mizuki?
Where we went with Iris yesterday.
The shrine? Why would you...
Unknown. She is supposed to be looking for Iris.
Okay, let's...
Date.
Did you find Iris?
If I did, I would have told you already.
Right.
Iris used to like this shrine. She told me about all her memories. We used to come here all the time. You know those steps in the front? We would sit there together and talk about things like what gluten-free means and eyelash extensions and aerial yoga, and we would talk about all our problems together. Sometimes we would talk late into the night. So I thought that maybe she'd be here, but it looks like I was wrong.
I think Iris is with Renju.
With Daddy?
Yeah. Her note mentioned her most trusted It's probably Renju.
Yeah. I remember that mermaid girl saying something like...
He was looking for Iris.
Does that mean that Daddy is the one who called for Iris?
It could be. So I need to know where he...
But I haven't been able to get a hold of him.
Mizuki, I have something very important to ask you. You've seen her before, haven't you? 3 days ago, I saw her in your Somnium. The body of a girl who looks like Iris. Your dreams are built from your memories. So that corpse... Mizuki, please. Iris's life is at stake.
Huh? What do you...
I need to know everything about Alice. If I find out who she is, I might be able to solve the mystery of Renju and number 8, and that might lead me to Iris.
Okay, I'll tell you about Al. It was about a month ago. I saw my daddy crying in the president's office at Lemniscate. I was peeking through a crack in the door so he didn't... Daddy got up, then got into his car. I had never seen him like that. I was curious, so I followed him in a taxi. That led me to the cold storage warehouse. He got out of his car and went inside. I followed right behind him. Daddy was standing next to the forklift in the back. I hid behind a shelf. I watched Daddy open the hood of the forklift, and then, after a little bit, I wanted to know what he was looking at. I went over to the forklift, and I looked under the hood myself, and then...
You saw Alice's dead body.
But at the time, I thought it was Iris. supposed to? Daddy would have been in trouble.
So you kept quiet this whole time?
Yeah. What do you mean? I couldn't just ask. It would have changed I thought that as long as I stayed quiet, I didn't see a dead body. I wasn't even I repeated that to myself over and over and tried to forget the whole thing.
Repressed memories are often the subject.
That's why Alice showed up during the...
The corpse looked exactly like I couldn't believe she was dead. So I went to Iris's house. Huh?
What's wrong, Mizuki?
Iris was alive. I thought I was going crazy or dreaming. I tried to convince myself that it was just a hoop. I actually met with one before I went to Matsu.
Why?
Because you asked about the cold storage. I was curious. I asked around. I found out that Daddy was managing after my grandpa died. In exchange for managing the warehouse, he gave owners. I guess he didn't want to let this place go. Or maybe he couldn't let it go. But I understand why. Inside that warehouse was...
Alice.
On paper, Daddy has nothing to do with Ogiura Fishery. Daddy was still managing the warehouse. And he was the only one allowed in there. That was part of the agreement when he gave up the company. And the whole thing had to be a secret. He really stressed that point.
Hey, Mizuki. How long was he managing?
For 18 years, that's what the man told me.
18 years? From that long ago?
Yes.
Iba, I need an emergency. Missing persons from 18 years ago.
Understood.
Huh?
Date, the girl who looks like Iris.
What's her name?
Monica Iwai, 19 years old at the time of her disappearance. A graduate of Eitoku High School.
What?
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku. We've known each other for 20 years now. When I was young, I lost someone very important to me. Monica Iwai, my best friend. One of the only friends.
Alice's. Hitomi's friend who went to the same school as her and Renju. But why? Monica's body was found just now. But even back then, Hitomi knew. She knew that Monica was already dead. Iba, where is Hitomi right now?
At headquarters for questioning. MPD still believes that the body they discovered...
Got it. Contact boss. Have them bring Hitomi to Abyss.
Roger that.
You're awfully calm. You saw the corpse of your daughter today. You were called into the station to confirm her identity. And yet here you are. Cool as a... even though you lost your precious daughter. Shall I guess why? Because that body isn't Iris. And you know it.
Are you serious?
Yes. Her name is Monica Iwai. She was killed when she was 19. She went to the same high school as you, and she was your best friend. Nothing to say for yourself? Hiding something? Maybe you killed her with Renju.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, now you're talking. But we know Renju committed a crime, illegally disposing of a body, and we can prove it. The cold storage warehouse where the body was found. It's been managed by Renju Okiura for almost 2 decades now, and witness testimony proves that he knew about the corpse there. And if I'm not mistaken, you knew about the corpse too, Hitomi. You and Renju have been close since high school. It's not too much of a stretch to think that he told you about the body. And I remember you telling me once.
When I was young, I lost someone very important to me. Monica Iwai, my best friend. One of the only friends I had.
How did you know that she was dead?
I didn't.
Don't play dumb. I know you're hiding something. You know what happened 18 years ago, and you knew she was pregnant. You were her best friend. Of course you would have known. Tell me everything!
Date, she's not going to talk. Sync with her.
Date, I'm sure I've told you enough times by now, but please, come back within 6 minutes.
I can't promise you that, Pewter.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not coming back until I find something.
Date, you can't.
Why not?
You know why.
Because it will take over my consciousness?
Yes.
But if it's only a little...
No, not even a little. If the sync passes the critical point, the damage will be irreparable.
But what does that mean exactly?
No.
I'm not hiding anything.
Then let's try it. Let's experiment with my mind. Then we'll know for sure what'll happen.
Fine. I'll just say it.
Yeah?
Pewter, tell him.
Me?
You know more about it than I do. Ask Pewter. He knows more about it than I do.
Well, first off, 6 minutes is not a hard limit. It could be 7, or even 8.
I don't care about the exact time. I'm asking what happens if you go beyond the limit.
Do you remember the story I told you about the egg?
Yeah, why?
If you imagine an egg as your consciousness, the yolk is what goes into the subject's brain. The white remains inside your If you go beyond the limit, your yolk will not be able to return to its shell.
Because the subject's mind will start to take over the sinker's consciousness, right? I know that part already.
Indeed. But there's more to it. After the yolk is devoured, the egg white is brought through the machine next.
Huh?
And there's more. It's not just the sinker's brain. The same process eventually occurs in the subject's as well. In other words, the entire egg ends up being replaced. Mind, consciousness, memory, they are traded. So
The human brain has what can be understood as a memory limit. One brain can only hold one consciousness, and it can only contain one person's memory.
now you know everything. Talk to the boss.
I was unaware of this as well. This information is not on any accessible database.
We had to prevent the possibility that the system could be exploited.
Exploited? But...
Even if it wasn't you, someone else might try. We didn't tell any sinkers this, including you. Project Sync is a top-secret project. It's a matter of national security. Even sinkers are on a need-to-know basis. Think about it. What if you were kidnapped by bad people who tried to make you talk?
Bad people?
A criminal organization, spies from another country, those people. If you blabbed about Project Sync, the entire country might be at risk. You heard it from Pewter. The sync machine isn't just for entering a person's somnium. It can also be used to swap bodies between two people. Imagine what this machine would be used for in the wrong hands. That's why I didn't tell you. We can't let this secret get out.
Swapping bodies between two people? Trading minds.
Remember what I told you earlier. Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I got it.
Are you really okay?
I'm fine. Start it.
Understood. Let us begin.
I am the god of fire. I burn erotic books with my flames of red-hot anger.
How ruthless.
Ow!
Are you okay?
That hurt.
I'll let you read this porno mag if it'll make you feel better.
I will burn it.
The fog is making it pitch black.
The light over there. Is that a firefly? Somnium scan. It disappeared?
No, wait. It might still be nearby.
A flower bud. I cannot identify the variety. I cannot identify the type of flower in the... It appears to be some kind of lily. A flower bud. Worship it?
Yeah.
I will pray to it as though I am mourning the... It bloomed a little?
I don't know what caused it, but it's better than nothing happening.
A hole in a tree. I may be able to... I cannot see anything. It is a...
Did you notice anything?
I did hear that
It must be hollow on the inside.
a hole. I am not going to be eaten. Whoa! I fell, but I am still in the forest.
It's darker than before.
What? Is someone there?
Hey!
That voice is...
Find out where that voice is coming from.
5 minutes left, Outa.
A hole in the tree. I am not going to be sucked in, am I?
That's strange. It should have worked.
Did you want to see me get sucked in?
Yeah.
A rock. Do what?
Just try.
Understood.
Well?
No, of course not. A rock. But it's
Gods live in the rocks too, you know.
a rather Japanese way of thinking.
Just try it.
If you insist.
How was it? You've cleared your head, right?
Yes. I now feel a sense of emptiness.
Guess it was a waste of time.
I do not want to hear that from you. Renju Okiura. Yoo-hoo, Renju! Come get some of this. Come on!
Sorry, that was a bad idea.
Don't apologize. This is Renju's fault for having bad... Renju?
4 minutes.
Renju, what are you doing in a place like this?
He won't answer.
Not in a place like... Renju... He looks young, but this is...
That's a long time.
Renju... This is for neglecting your responsibility to Mizu... No use. I can't hit him.
This Renju is still a teenager. He wouldn't know Mizu.
A rock. But it's...
Gods live in the rocks.
a rather
Just try it.
If you
How was it?
Yes.
Guess it was a waste.
I do not...
3 minutes, Dante.
What? A hole in the... I cannot see it.
Anything else?
I do not see... a hole. The Emperor is naked!
Okay. What about the Empress, though?
The Empress is naked!
Sounds like my kind of empire. Let's move there. I don't see anything.
Nor do I. A rock. But it...
Gods live in the rocks too, you know. Guess it was a waste.
A rock.
Just try.
Understood.
You have less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
Understood. Renju? Alright. This is a simple rock.
Is there any kind of pattern?
No, there does not appear. A whole. Understood. This is a picture of Hitomi, Renju, and
Everyone is so young.
Renju. Wait!
Renju, stop!
You have 1 minute left.
What is...
Yeah.
It's even more difficult to... Another voice? Monica! That's Hitomi's voice.
Where is she?
Date, you've got less than 30 seconds.
Another...
Those are pretty big.
Leave it to me. Date, perhaps we should...
Yeah.
A whole... What is this? A web of some kind?
Well, it would
Date, we can't...